Business operations here in North Texas may soon have to be scaled back. This is because COVID-related hospitalizations have now exceeded a state threshold for 4 straight days. Changes will happen if that trend continues through this week. Our Jack Fink now reporting on the impact on North Texas hospitals.
As a region and as a state, we are all taxed.
Health leaders like Dallas County Medical Society President Dr. Mark Casanova are closely watching the number of people being treated for COVID-19 in North Texas hospitals. State records show from Friday through today, the number of hospitalized COVID patients has surpassed 15% of the total hospital capacity for our region. Governor Abbott has said if those numbers continue for 7 days in a row, then openings will have to be scaled back, mostly from 75% occupancy to 50% occupancy. Bars would have to close too. As for hospitals, Dr. Casanova says they can no longer shift patients between facilities to relieve those with the highest caseloads.
But that is really limited now, as all institutions are filling up with not just COVID patients, but individuals who are sick.
He says they also can't transfer healthcare teams between hospitals anymore, and that there aren't many visiting professionals left to deploy. So they are considering another idea.
For example, outpatient physicians who now may be able to serve in the inpatient setting is being looked at.
Now that Thanksgiving is over, health leaders strongly suggest anyone who traveled during the holiday weekend get tested for COVID-19, particularly those most at risk.
If you're over 65 or you have comorbidities and you gathered at Thanksgiving, if you develop any symptoms, you need to be tested immediately.
Even those without symptoms should do so at a certain time.
What many can do is consider testing at a ballpark 3 to 5 day range after returning home or after they engaged in activities with other individuals who they don't live with.
He also suggested that anyone who was in a high-risk situation with multiple people not wearing masks in a confined indoor space should not only get tested, but quarantined for 14 days. Jack Fink, CBS 11 News.
Just so you know, Tarrant County has now crossed the 100,000 case mark since the pandemic began, reporting over 3,300 new cases of COVID-19 today. That's a huge number, but important to note that high number today is actually the result of the county getting caught up all the way dating back to the Thanksgiving holiday.